Good afternoon, guys. This is another day. We thank the Lord for such an opportunity. My name is Wayne Yago, and as I usually say, I'm a blessing, you are a blessing to your world. Now, this is another day for us to understand and focus on a topic that we have been familiarizing with and we have come across several times. And the topic I want us to focus on today is consistency. Now, what is consistency? Consistency is the ability to maintain a certain level of performance, effort, and behavior over time. Now, this is a key area of success in spiritual growth, career development, and in any other area, relationships and personal development. And I wanted us to look into consistency at large. Now, inconsistency, there are two parties. There are two parties, and in these two parties, there is always a struggle behind the two parties. Now, when you look into consistency, for example, in academics, you'll find that there's always, for example, a personality struggle with your academics, whereby you are aiming to score an A, but your personality might differ and deter you from getting that A, from getting that PhD you've been longing for. But consistency is the art that you fight your personality in order to push on, in order to reach your expectations. And when you have consistency and it accompanied with the discipline, you are able to fight such, and you see and end up getting that A or PhD you've been longing for. Now, there's so many people who have fought this and have come to win this. Others are still struggling. But this is what I want to tell you. You need to have a portion of consistency. When you look back to the battlefield, the military, and how they are usually organizing themselves, you'll realize that there is a matter of consistency. The way they organize the troops, they organize the battlefield, and now the struggle comes whereby the other party is struggling to beat the other party. Now, inconsistency, you'll find that one party will manage to beat the other party if need be that there is consistency and they are adding up their efforts equally. But if one party fails to give out consistency, give out the certain level required, you find that there is a losing team. That is why you find that the military of a certain nation ends up being beaten up and ends up in destruction. Now, inconsistency, there is always a certain end result that we require. For example, when I have a job, at the end of it all, I know that I'll receive a salary. I usually know that there's an end result to this. Now, that is one of the things that I want us to understand. What drives about consistency? I know you would have asked me that question, which I want to answer it right now. What drives consistency is the fact that you have an end result. What is this end result? Is the goals that we have, the goals that we have towards the vision in order to obtain this and to maintain the consistency, not to reach our goals. When you look at to the lives of so many people who are living, you'll realize that the reason why they are giving up so fast is because they don't have goals. They have not set goals. They haven't set goals. Now, when you look back into the Word of God, it says that in Philippians 4 verse 13, that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. One of the things you need to do is set goals. Be committed. And then the second part of it is being committed, pushing on, give your level best to be consistent. And one of the things I can tell you is that consistency always brings about success and result. And you see, the reason why so many people, they don't want to be consistent, they usually think that it is easier to work on one day at one stop and achieve whatever you want in that state. But it's not like that. It's not like that. You need to put a lot of effort. When you look back in the life of Jesus and the consistency he made, there was a struggle between the two, whereby people were fighting him, they were against him, and he still stood up with consistency, and at the end of it all, he brought about success. If you want to succeed, if you want to reach your level best, you need to be consistent. You need to place an effort. Let there be a distinction. And you see, at the end of it all, there are always fruits being bared when you are being consistent. One of the fruits that it bears is that you are able to build trust and relationship. You are able to build trust and relationship with people. People are seeing the greater value of you being there because you are giving it to your level best. You get rewards from people, and the goals achieved, you are being uplifted. Another thing is that you're able, the level of mastery when it comes to the Word of God, the area, the skills that you have, you obtain the level of mastery. That is very essential. Another thing is that you build relationship with God. Whenever you are consistent, you are becoming closer to God. And you know, when God is there by your side, He uplifts you, He propels you to another level. Be consistent because you need this, you need this. It applies in the same way that when a doctor gives you a form of prescription and tells you that a certain period of time you're going to be healed. So you need to take that medicine on a certain procedure, being consistent. And that is what is required of you. And that is what so many people usually lack in life. And don't give up. Be consistent. You are a great warrior. You are a blessing to many nations. You can't afford not to be consistent. You can't afford to give up now. One of the ways that you will know that you're starting to deteriorate from your success is when you're not consistent. Today you begin this business, tomorrow you want to begin another business. One of the things I'll tell you, also when you're being consistent, you need to take risks. You need to bless your level of best. Either way, you will end up losing a battle that you would have won. So observe the true level and the parties behind them. Put your effort when you are great and be persistent. The ability to keep going even when challenges are there, even when there are so many obstacles ahead, you will manage. What I learned about consistency is that you are able to manage those challenges. You build blocks so that when these things come about, they cannot overpower you. You have great power to overcome challenges. Even when things are not going well, you still keep going on. You still bless great efforts so that you have the ability to build blocks to be against the things that are making you deteriorate from being that great person that you're destined to be. So be persistent, have consistency, embrace greatness in your life. Do not ever expect something less. Always aim high. God bless you. Have a nice day.